Hi guys, welcome to my channel once again. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon. This video is once again about Sri Lankan government quarantine for the expatriates who come down to Sri Lanka during this pandemic. But it's about the question and answers because I've been receiving so many questions on my Instagram, Facebook page and my YouTube channel. I've made an order depending on the questions. So I'll just read few of the questions I've got. The first question is, how did you get the chance to fly in the government chartered flight? How about the regulations at the airport? Does government quarantine centers provide facilities for the families? How about the food in the government quarantine centers? What about the safety in the government quarantine centers? How about the procedures to go home? What about the 14 days home quarantine experience? So these are the questions I've got from many people on social media. So I'm gonna answer all these questions in this video. Please do watch and give me a feedback. Now I'm gonna give you a small briefing depending on the question. So first of all, to get the flight, to confirm the flight, I know for me to come from Maldives to Sri Lanka, I struggled a lot. So what I did, I continuously kept on calling Sri Lankan High Commission in Maldives and Ace Travels, which was Sri Lankan Airlines official agent in Maldives. So I continuously called them. Whatever the contact numbers I had, whatever the contact numbers I got from my colleagues, I repeated calling them every day. If not, I think I would never have got the opportunity to come back. If you are trying for private quarantine, for the people in Maldives, directly contact Ace Travels. Or for the other people, if you are able to contact the Sri Lankan official agent in whatever the country you are in, try that as maximum as possible. So that's gonna help you find your way to home. And then if it is for the government charter flight, as I said, you try to reach out the High Commission of Sri Lanka at any cost. Call them. Don't be frustrated of their unanswered calls or engaged calls. Just keep on trying as much as possible. That's my request for you if you want to come to the home country. Just have a check if your name is on the list. If not, ask them the procedure, how you can include your names and stuff. So that's gonna help you anyways. When I got the confirmation of the flight from Sri Lankan Airlines official agent in Maldives, only they let me know that it was a government charter flight. So I contacted the Sri Lankan High Commission in Maldives, and then they said yes, there's a flight on this particular date. Then I asked if my name is registered in the list for the next flight, or at least in their list of people who are willing to repatriate. That was the point. I got to know that my name was registered in the Sri Lankan High Commission Maldives during May, somewhere else in the mid of May. But I remember I registered on the Foreign Ministry website or somewhere else that we all did registered during March, and I had sent an Excel sheet filled with my details to the Sri Lankan High Commission in Maldives during April, but as of their records, I was registered during May. So there's a kind of delay or something else happening in between. So that's actually not in our hands. And then the following day, I got a call from them and they said I was selected for the next government charter flight. That was within a week time. That's how I got the confirmation from the Sri Lankan High Commission. And from Ace Travels, as I said, that was the Sri Lankan Airlines official agent in Maldives. I don't know about the other countries' official agents, but if you also go to contact them, I would prefer call them all the times as possible. Otherwise, I don't know if it will really happen or not. Keep tracking of the informations. Call them, ask if the flight is really confirmed on the date, or ask them if there's any delays on the flights and stuff, because they will only contact you to charge you for the tickets and stuff. They won't let you know each and every steps. Okay, so it's your responsibility to have tracking on your flight. And then once you pay for the ticket, I don't know if in everywhere else it happens. From me, they asked only the dollars, but I didn't have. I have already said that in my previous video. You can just have a check on that. But when they asked me, I said I don't have enough dollars. I can give you in Maldivian local currency, and that's how whatever that amount I had in dollars, I paid in dollars. The rest I paid in Maldivian rupiahs, that's the Maldivian local currency. So for all of you people, I'm telling you, if they ask for dollars, don't be scared, don't be fool enough to go exchange your whatever the local currencies you have, and don't exchange it to dollars and pay. You are going to lose a lot. They should give you a chance to pay in whatever the local currency that is applicable for the country you are in right now. So don't lose your right there, don't lose your money. The other important point is that once you pay your ticket fee, you will get a receipt. Retain that receipt until the time you get your air ticket. That's going to be a safe side for you. And then regarding the Malé airport procedures, I've told you in my previous video, it was quite a long experience, quite a bad experience, I should tell you. I've traveled to 4-5 countries, but I've never been in such queues. As we all know, it's not usual, but because of COVID-19, but still it was very long procedure. It was a very bad experience to have. Go as earliest as possible. And one more information is that immigration cards only to be filled online. So don't fill it 2-3 days before. You just try to fill it within 24 hours time. That will be the most suitable for you. And once you finish filling that form, you will get a QR code. Retain that QR code until it is scanned at the airport. And without that QR code, you are not allowed to get inside of the airport too. So don't wait until you go to airport and fill it. Try to fill it from home itself. So that's the immigration process in Maldives, although it gets too late to do the process. And then from Sri Lanka, you have I should tell you, one of the best service in here, one of the best services all around the world, I guess, as of my experience, as of the videos I've gone through on YouTube and Facebook. That's one of the best services from Sri Lankan army and whatever the forces involving in the process. Salutes to you once again. During the process in Sri Lankan airport, work for their command. Do whatever they ask you to do. They will tell you where to sit and where not to sit. They will separate you according to your quarantine facilities that you choose, either the government quarantine or the private paid quarantine. Whatever it is, they will let you know what to do and what not to do. Just go by their words. Just obey their words. Obey their regulations. It will be easy for you. So that's about Sri Lankan airport process. I've told you about the Sri Lankan airport process during this COVID-19 and for the repatriation passengers, step by step in my previous video. So if you wish to know that, again, you can go to my previous video and check. For those repatriation passengers who come with the family, even government quarantine centers had the facilities to provide for the families who come from abroad. Okay. So about the quarantine, I only have few things to tell you, few advices to let you know. Be safe as much as possible. Remain distance between, even if you are best friends, don't have direct contact with anybody during 14 days of quarantine. Going home is 100% assured in 14 days only if you are safe inside the quarantine centers. Don't have direct contact with anybody. And as I said, in the quarantine centers, do maintain spaces as much as possible. Have proper food. Most of the people of Sri Lanka who says that government quarantine is not much better, I'll tell you, if you say that because of the food, you are wrong. As of the information I got when I was in the government quarantine, they provide food which will not create food poison in your body, which will not harm your body with another disease. For all the Sri Lankans, I am telling you, it's my polite request for you all, if you find any food that's provided in quarantine facilities is not as up to the expectations, remember that it's not your home. Be safe, never violate their rules. Don't ever do that. That's gonna put you in risk, the people who are with you in risk, and the officers who are in charge of you in risk. So please take responsibilities of the people who are working for you. So before you go home, they'll take the second PCR test, and if that finds to be negative, you can go home. Even when you are going home or when you get ready to go home, still maintain spaces, have spaces between you and your colleagues, and If you're supposed to have a home quarantine, have the home quarantine in the same manner how you had in the quarantine centers for the sake of your families. Once the quarantine procedure is over, please do collect the certificates and retain them for future use.